Hello, today we're going to be talking about the production possibility frontier. Um, so for my example, I decided to choose origami paper birds and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So my friend and I, we're going to be producing paper birds and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. However, I believe I can produce peanut butter jelly sandwiches and my paper birds faster than my friend can in 10 hours. So roughly I produce about 180 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in 10 hours and 120 birds in 10 hours. My friend, however, on the other hand, produces only 160 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and 180 only 80 birds in 10 hours. So my PPF looks something like this, where in which I can produce 18 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in 1 hour, 12 birds in an hour. My opportunity cost for one bird would be one bird equals 3 divided by or 3 hat 1.5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The opportunity cost of my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches would be one peanut butter and jelly sandwich equals 2/3 of a bird. My friend's PPF, on the other hand, she can produce 16 peanut butter jellies in 1 hour and 8 birds in an hour. The opportunity cost of one bird for her is one bird equals 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. The opportunity cost of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for her is one peanut butter jelly sandwich equals half a bird. Now when we compare our productivity, you can see that I'm more productive than my friend is. However, she has a comparative advantage of me in producing peanut butter and jellies, and here's why. For me, one bird equals 1.5 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and one peanut butter and jelly sandwich equals 2/3 of a bird. I have my comparative advantage in birds because I have to give up less to produce my bird than my friend. Comparative advantage is talking about how much less you can give up, or whoever has to give up the least in order to produce an item. And so I have to give up, and it works in for me to produce birds. It works in my advantage because I have to give up less to produce a bird. My friend, on the other hand, she has a comparative advantage in peanut butter and jelly. She only has to give up half a bird to make a peanut butter and jelly, while I have to give up 1.5 of a bird to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, for absolute advantage is basically who is more productive and given the same inputs, and I have an absolute advantage in both products because in the 10 hours, I can produce more of each item. I can produce 120 birds, and I can produce 180 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. While if she devotes her 10 hours to just producing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, she can only produce 160 peanut butter jellies. I could produce 20 more. And if she devotes all her time to just producing birds in the 10 hours, she can only produce 80 birds, while I could produce 120 birds and only for my entire time of giving my entire 10 hours to produce 40 more birds than she can. Now I know that I can't make both peanut butter jelly sandwiches and paper birds by myself, so we have to combine forces and find a way to do both. So I use each of our comparative advantages, as we talked about in this slide. So I use my comparative advantages in birds and her comparative advantage in peanut butter and jelly to find our new PPF. So I'm going to in the 10 hours, if I just work, I'll produce 120 birds. However, in the 10 hours, if I don't do anything and she just works, we'll produce 160 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Using each of our comparative advantages, we created this new PPF. In the downfall of this, there's less production of PPF than if I were to produce, there's less production of peanut butter and jelly than if I had to produce the peanut butter jelly. However, I do need her help in producing the peanut butter jellies while I make the birds. Okay, thank you.